Do you have questions about running Pinterest ads? Not sure if you're ready and just curious about whether Pinterest ads actually work? If so, I have got the expert for you. Hello, Magdalena.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here.
Magdalena is the pro when it comes to running Pinterest ads. She's an ICU nurse turned Pinterest manager who is rocking it and helping all of her clients in niches like home decor. And what are some of the other niches of your clients?
So I have clients like really odd niches. So I have clients in garden supplies or fashion. So it's like a very broad scope of things. And so that's all mostly for the ads. And then I also have some organic marketing where I'm like even more like very odd niches like travel gear and outdoor stuff and like that. So, but we're making it work. So yeah.
Love that. And you're currently traveling, living that laptop lifestyle, right?
Yeah. Well,
Love
I
it.
was, but for the plan is to start traveling again. So
Love that. So if you got questions about Pinterest ads, you're going to want to grab a notebook and stay tuned to this video where Magdalena is going to be answering all of the top questions about Pinterest ads. And remember, you can click down below if you want to jump ahead. If there's a question you really want an answer to, you can do that with the timestamps down in the description of this video. So how about we jump right into the questions? Are you ready?
yes, let's do it.
Okay, question number one. What are Pinterest ads?
So Pinterest ads are basically like normally you do organic pinning. So you go and pin your content on Pinterest and then people are searching for it and your pins are going to show up in the search results. And when you are running Pinterest ads, you're actually boosting like your pins I think that's the best way to explain it. So you are actually paying Pinterest. So you are deciding on the budget you want to pay. And then you are paying Pinterest to show up higher in those search results for specific people that you are targeting. So when you are setting up your Pinterest ads, you can decide on what people you want to target and what kind of search results you want to appear in. And then by deciding on your budget, you can bid for the highest place. So it's kind of an auction for showing up the highest in the search results. And that's basically the Pinterest ad.
So I think one of the biggest misconceptions, and we probably have like Facebook a bit to blame for this, is that we think an ad is like something different, but you're saying it's basically just one of our pins that are doing well or that we want to boost, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I think you can set it up the same way with Facebook as well, but I'm absolutely no Facebook ads expert. So just a disclaimer. So I know that you can boost your posts on Facebook as well, but I know a lot of people are really purposely creating Facebook ads and they are setting up it very differently from the organic posts that they would do on Instagram or on Facebook. However, on Pinterest, the way the ads are showing up in the search results is also much more like seamless. So it's not as intrusive. So this is why the Pinterest ad is basically just a normal pin, only you are auctioning to rank higher in the search results.
I love that. Let's show everyone an example. Like,
yeah. And if you want like easy ones, you can always do like fashion or home decor. There's so many promoted pins in there.
So yeah, you know it's promoted.
Oh yeah, it's already
yeah,
exactly. And one above as well.
And here's another one promoted by.
Yeah, and what you can actually if you can stop for a promoted pin, what is a big difference with like a promoted pin and a normal pin is when you click on a normal pin, it will enlarge and then you can read the description and the title and what kind of web page it's leading to. But if you are, exactly. But if you are clicking on an ad, it will directly bring you to the landing page of that pin. So in this way, they are making the process more like seamless, from seeing the ad to the place that you want the people to take action when you're setting up that.
So you're paying for that more instant click, right?
Yeah, and for a higher ranking. So you can create a new pin and like start to rank right away.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But it's artificial ranking, of course. So
yeah, and once your ad stops running, your pin will drop down, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I like that. Let's keep going. My next question is, and I'm sure everyone's wondering, do Pinterest ads work? And what results can we expect?
Okay, so this is like the question I get all the time. So first of all, yes, of course, Pinterest ads work. And actually they are working really well for like most of my clients. And for some clients, they don't. And this is really because Pinterest ads are very different from, for example, Facebook ads or Instagram or Google ads, because it is based on the Pinterest algorithm. So it is slower, it takes more time to settle in, and it needs more, it needs a different angle than when you, for example, run a Facebook ad and really want the impulse. So yes, Pinterest ads do work, but they do need a different approach compared to Facebook or Instagram or your Google ads. And this is really because of the way the algorithm is set up, because if you know Pinterest, you know it's slow, and you know, like, if you pin a pin, you have to wait 3 months to see if it's actually working.
Yeah.
And like with ads, it's not 3 months, but like it's still not like Facebook, where within 48 hours, you know, okay, this product is working or not. So
more patience
yes,
is required.
Yeah. So yes, Pinterest ads work, but I do need a different approach. And I think the Pinterest ads are best to add as a sales channel. So if you know, if you already have your Pinterest account set up and you already get organic sales, that could be a very good cue to think, okay, maybe I can start with Pinterest ads because this is actually working. Or if you have a product that is doing very well on Facebook and you know, okay, this product is working, okay, I can add another sales channel. And then Pinterest ads are really a good place, because compared to Instagram and Facebook, they are crazy cheap. It's insane. So all my clients are like, how is this possible? And that's even when they are not optimized yet. So Pinterest ads are really cheap, and they get really high quality leads. So they are getting you potential customers that are way more intentional. So because when people are on Pinterest, they are targeted because what kind of search results they do. So you are really reaching people that are very intentional about what they are buying or what they're looking for, or what kind of solution they want. And okay, I was talking about whether it work. I kind of derailed there, but I was still answering the question. So yes, it will work, and they are really cheap, even now with more people moving into the platform and doing ads. But I really recommend you have a product that you know is working, because it is so slow. It's really hard to test products, or to test an offer. And then it's going to take so much time. That's just like, that's not worth your time, and all like it's going to stress you out. So that's why I always recommend a proven product.
Okay. So what results can we expect if we're, running an ad?
Okay. So if you are setting up your ads, the first days, it's really going to be settling in, and it might not even spend the money, because it's just simply searching for an audience, and that feels really scary, but that's a good sign, because it's not just for blindly spending your money. And then after a few days, it will start spending, as it's going to find your audience better. You want to have at least one sale within 2 weeks. So mind you, it's already 2 weeks compared to the 48 hours of Facebook. But 2 weeks is really like the benchmark when you decide, okay, this is when I want to have at least one sale or one conversion that I'm looking for, like book a call or a sign up or something like this. And it really depends on the product. So let's say, like, if you are speaking about like results in terms of return on investment, like your ROAS, you will, if you're really lucky, you're going to see a positive ROAS after 2 weeks. But then you have really like hit the jackpot, because it is just slow and it just needs time, because you cannot tweak it very fast because you don't want to upset the algorithm. So after 2 weeks, you can check, okay, is this working or not? And then you're going to start to optimize, and that's where you're going to see the ROAS going up. So I would say, like, you want a positive ROAS within 6 weeks.
Yeah. So it can't be like, hey, I want to run an ad for my sale that's next week. So with Pinterest ads, the biggest difference is that you really need to plan ahead. And, you know, so think, what's a couple months from now when your sale is happening? You don't want to wait till the last minute. And that's just true for anything on Pinterest. You can't wait for the last minute.
Yeah, exactly. And also, what also is really like interesting about Pinterest is that, for example, for Black Friday or for Christmas, like the peaks were already in October and November. So that's why, like, even for the Pinterest ads, you really want to plan ahead, and you don't want to just leave it for the last minute and then hope, is it going to do something? You really want to get an idea of when are the search volumes for the keywords that are related to my product or my offer the highest, and then make sure that you have your campaign at least running 3 weeks ahead.
Okay. And you're going to do all of that inside of Pinterest trends too, if anybody is uncertain, right?
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Awesome. Okay, let's keep going. What should we do before running an ad? And do you need an established account for ads? Because say all of this, you're saying like, okay, yeah, I want to start running ads. Am I ready? Like, how does someone know they're ready? And maybe you could show us an account of somebody who's ready.
Okay, yeah, for sure. So first of all, I created a whole checklist for this, where you can follow every step. So you can check it out later, but I will just go through the steps quickly. So you want to make sure that you have your Pinterest account all set up. So you have your account, website claimed, you have the tag installed if you can. You want to make sure that you can track all the things that are happening in your from your Pinterest account on your website, because you want to know what is resulting from the marketing that you're doing. And then you want to make sure that if you can, so I know, for example, if you're Etsy or TPT, you can't install the Pinterest tag and the product catalog, but if you can, I really recommend you doing this, because this will allow you to apply to the verified merchant program. And that's really helping you in boosting your distribution and people seeing you, because they really prefer people who are in the program. So that's a little, like, that's a benefit for other people who can actually apply for it. So that's what I really recommend. And also, before you start running ads, you want to make sure that you actually have your website in place. So make sure you have good product descriptions, good images, that people really know what they can what they are buying and what is all featured and what kind of solution your product offers. And make sure that your checkout process or your book a call process is really seamless, because if it's not, people are going to be put off, and then they're just like, they just click away and don't return. So that's a shame, because now you have captured them. So that's really important. So you want to have your website on point, your Pinterest account on point, but you also, before you start running ads, have to understand your ideal customer. So you have to know what is their interest, where do they convert the best. So if you have a product that is really expensive or an offer that is really expensive, and they convert really well on booking a call with you, then lead them there, because that's going to get you the best results for your money. So these are really important things to have in mind as well before you start running ads, because otherwise you're just going to do it blind, and then you have to readjust your strategy as you're spending your money. And you can probably find out a lot before you are running your ads. It has been really important to warm up the Pinterest stack. So everybody was like, you have to install the Pinterest stack and then run traffic campaigns for 2 months, etc., because Pinterest has to warm up your tag. And that used to be true, but I'm not seeing that anymore at all. So I have clients who have a brand new account, and as soon as we can, we start running conversion campaigns, and they are working like a charm. So this is really because Pinterest keeps on updating the algorithm all the time, and they are really helping brand new accounts to get good results from ads now as well. So you really don't need an established account. So if you have a brand new account, don't worry about it. It's all fine, as long as you set it up right and you go through all the steps of understanding the funnel and how to optimize your website. If you have an established account, that is really great because you're already gathering information about your client or your customer. And that's where the organic, like the established account is really going to give you a benefit, because you can you already see what kind of pins are converting. You can already see what kind of interest your audience has. But mind you, you do want to, even if you have an established account and you are taking the info from Pinterest, make sure that those people are actually converting people, because otherwise you're going to pull a whole lot of data from your Pinterest account and then use that for running your ads, but find out that those people are just aren't converting. So that's really important to keep in mind when you are when you have an established account, but it can be really helpful in this way. And I can show you because you can go into conversion insights. So I have a very kind client who told me that I could yes, who told me that I could show the results. So when you go into analytics, you can go into conversion insights. And this is all organic as well. So in this way, you can really track what organic pins are working. So I have to put this to, I'm not sure if we're still getting organic because she is, yeah, so this is not looking good because we're running ads now. So, and once you start running ads, it's going to, yeah, of course.
Somebody said that once they ran ads, all of their organic traffic disappeared. And is that true?
Yeah, I've heard like a lot about that. And I haven't seen it, honestly. And I have a theory about it, but like I want to like, I haven't proved the theory just yet, but I'm thinking like if you are using a lot of keywords that you're also using for your organic pins and you are running a traffic campaign, that might really interfere, because traffic campaigns are really focused on they are working in a different way than conversion campaigns. Like, I don't want to go too deep. So traffic campaigns, you decide, okay, what keywords are my ads going to appear, and what interest categories is my ad going to, that kind of audience is it going to show to. And the thing is, if you are running this kind of campaign, it might really interfere with the organic keyword strategies and interest strategies that you are applying on your organic marketing. And that's my theory. Because if you're setting up conversion campaigns, they are set up in a different way. So they are not relying that much on keywords, or in a different way than when you're running the traffic campaigns. I have to say consideration. I still get confused all the time.
Okay, show us inside.
Yeah, so what you can see here, yeah, so like, don't mind that there's no organic sales. That's normal when you're running ads, because if you're doing the ads right, you're also capturing those people that you normally would find organic. Okay, so you can see here like total conversions, and okay, this is looking really sad, but what you can see here is that you can see that she has had a sale from organic, an organic thing here and an organic pin here. And that's really great, because you can actually track back those sales in your Google Analytics or the backend and see, okay, is this sale is coming from Pinterest, and you can see it in the back end, so that's fun. And you can check here for example, add to baskets as well. I'm just going to scroll over. But what is really interesting here is that you can go to top converting pins. And this is going to tell you the pins that are actually bringing the checkouts. And that's really cool. Or the add to baskets, for example. Let's see. And you can see all the add to baskets. Mm-hmm. And that's really powerful, because this is going to, even if you don't have the access to the whole very detailed analytics back end of the ads reporting, you still get the insight of what pins are actually converting. And I almost forgot, what is also really interesting here is when you are in the table, you can split by attributed action. And that's really cool, because you can actually see what the person has done. So here you can see this is what happened after an impression of the ad. And here engagement is when people have saved the ad, or a click. And this is when people have clicked through the ad. So that's really cool. And if you are seeing in the conversion insights that your organic pins are actually bringing in money or bringing in signups or whatever, mm-hmm. Then you know, okay, something is happening here and I need to boost what I'm doing on my Pinterest marketing, and then ads could be a really great place.
I love that.
And that's fun, huh?
Yeah. I'm like, ooh, should I be running ads? This is a question for another time. Okay, so are Pinterest ads worth it in 2022 or whenever anyone's watching it? So
yeah, so I really think so, especially now when we actually, like, you have, like, most of you have run Facebook ads, like e-commerce, but also coaches or people selling courses. And like the biggest scare of Facebook ads is getting banned out of nowhere. And then just seeing, oh my God, what is happening here? And I'm losing all the potential leads, especially if you have something that is more time sensitive. And this is where Pinterest is really reliable. And you really set Pinterest up, there's no surprise bans. Like that never happens. So you really know, if I'm setting it up right, I'm setting it up for success. And it is slower, but compared to Facebook, where the competition is super high, and Instagram, and where you constantly, like, you have to check in like daily to keep tweaking your campaigns and everything. And out of nowhere, your ROAS can go down or your CPM can skyrocket. This is not happening in Pinterest because it's slow. It's like a super reliable, like, turtle. It's just going through, and like, it's not like whatever happens, even if there's a big change, like for example, now with Black Friday and the Christmas, it's getting super crowded with ads on the platform. Like the CPM goes up like $3. Like, that's nothing. Like, so it is really a very robust platform in that sense, compared to like the really volatile Facebook and Instagram. So yeah, I definitely think it's worth it. And what is really nice is that Pinterest is actually really moving to, they want people to start running ads. They want to really promote people growing their sales on Pinterest, and really purposely use it as a marketing platform instead of just inspiring for like how I did it, like finding new recipes or workouts or anything. Like they really want you to use it to find a new dress or to find a new mindfulness coach or something like this.
Yeah.
And especially now that Pinterest has stakeholders and they need to earn a little money, they'll be probably keep on investing in ads, because that's where most of their money is coming from. And they are really optimizing the platform, and like every month a new feature is coming out. I mean, like I have an ads course and I already needed to update it twice. I mean, like crazy. So they are really trying to make the process easier, more user-friendly. And that's really powerful, because now it's still really cheap. And I really think like that's a gem there because it keeps on improving. So yeah, I definitely think it's worth it.
Love that. And as Magdalena says, she has a Pinterest ads course. So click the link down below if that's something you're interested in. It'll be in the tagged comment or in the description. Amazing. Let's keep going. And, this is actually the perfect question because we're talking about, is it worth it? What is the minimum budget for ads? How much does a Pinterest ads campaign cost? Because I know like for Facebook, we almost have this like fear of, oh my God, I need thousands of dollars to start running ads. What's a realistic budget? Like how much should we save to start?
Yeah. So what I would say is like you want a minimum of $25 or euros or pounds per day, like more or less something around it, for every ad group that you are running. So you can set up, like I always say, it's kind of like an umbrella. So the way you set up your campaigns, you have like an umbrella where you first on the top, you have the campaign that has like the main objective, and then you have ad groups underneath it. So you can target different interests or different audiences, etc. And for every ad group you are adding to the campaign, I really recommend you have at least $25 or euros or something like this. And this is really because it is like a beginner friendly budget. And you do give Pinterest the freedom to actually find an audience. So for example, if you only have $10, it can still work, but it will take more time because Pinterest will have a harder time bidding. And even if it bids, the money runs out faster from your ads budget. So after the money is gone, your ad is not going to be bidding in the auction for showing up in the search results anymore. And that's when you won't have like the extra impressions and that's why I say like 25 minimum. On the other hand, if you are setting up your Pinterest ads properly, it won't be spending $25 if it's not finding the right audience. So if sometimes like the beginning of the month, people are not very willing to spend usually because they've already finished their money and they have other bills coming in, and it's usually like a low time of the month in terms of add to carts and checkouts. So what I also see is that Pinterest is not spending all the money that's in the campaigns. So that's why I recommend it. But if you set it up properly, it might not even spend the $25, but just so you know, okay, I have peace of mind when Pinterest does spend it.
Yeah.
That's really important.
I love that. So $25 or euros or pounds, whatever your currency is.
Yeah. It's just an easy benchmark.
Yeah, I love that. That's good. I feel like that's a lot more affordable than what I've heard for Facebook ads. So the next question, and this is a Google question that gets Googled a lot. What are the Pinterest ad specs? And I'm going to tack on what type of ads do best on Pinterest.
For your Pinterest ads, you actually have your normal pins as the type of pin. So you can promote a static pin, so that's the normal one, or a carousel. Let me go and see. Apparently not a lot of people are promoting in the Netherlands, so might be an opportunity there. Okay.
So based on what you just said, can you promote your ads to a specific location?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you have your normal ad, like the static pin that you will usually see in any kind of what you can see here. For example, this one is a promoted pin and that is just static. And usually when I'm looking in this, I also find promoted videos, but usually like Home Decor has a lot of video pins, and you can also now do the idea pin, but I haven't seen any of those yet.
So this one's a video pin.
Yeah, so what you can see there in the middle with the Real Magic of Coca-Cola, that's a video pin. And so you can have the normal static pin, the video pin, or you can promote a carousel pin like the IKEA one. And especially in my experience, like the static pins usually do best, but it's really depending on what type of product you have. So if you have a product where you really want to showcase the use, or you have different colors, it can make a lot of sense to do a carousel pin or do a video pin. And they have actually recently also added, what is really interesting is the promoted idea pin. And the promoted idea pin is just your regular idea pin, like we all know it. But then when you click on the pin, yeah, I haven't found any yet, but I know some people who have, and I know you can run them. So the promoted idea pin is when you click on the pin, and then you can scroll up, because you're probably on your phone. And then you can purchase inside this idea pin. So this is really the same way that Facebook has been actually setting up the ads as well, where you can actually purchase within Facebook. And Pinterest is adding this as the idea pin as well. And that's really cool, because in this way, Pinterest will be able to track way better what is happening. But this, like, I'm not sure if the idea pin ad is also really good for people who, for example, are coaches or have some book a call page or a lead magnet where they want people to sign up, because the idea is really that the products that are tagged in there, they can purchase that. And I know they will be led to the website, but I'm not sure how well it's going to track, for example, book a call or a lead, like a sign up for something. But I know it will track purchases, so such as an add to cart or a checkout. And they're really heavily focusing on e-commerce right now. So probably it will work as well for the other things, but they are not promoting it as heavily. So
okay, so you said a standard image pin you found to work the best, but I guess as like everything, you should test, right? Test
always
what works best for you, because for your niche, for your pins, for your clients, like it's all these different factors that we need to figure out.
Yeah, there's no like one size fits all, or like I know like a lot of people are saying, for example, they are promoting like, this is what I do and this has brought me this many sales. But I'm like, yeah, that worked for you, but like, how is it going to work for my client? Or because it really depends on your audience and the kind of product, like what is the price point? What is the price point of your offer, or where do those people convert? You know, like there's so many factors to consider before deciding on the strategy, you know?
So true. And I guess along the same lines, any creative best practices we should know? Like, have you found that, say, for example, using bright colors works better, or just anything that comes to mind that you haven't said already?
Well, it really depends. Super annoying answer, but it really depends on the product. So what I've found to work, like for example, if you are running something special, then text overlay is super important, because then you can really give the incentive to create the urgency for people to actually buy your product. Like for example, with the Black Friday sales, it's really helpful to put Black Friday on it. So yeah, then a text overlay works really well. And honestly, like I have been testing out a whole bunch of different things, and it's really depending. Like some pins with call to actions work really well, especially if you have like not a physical product. Then a call to action on the pin itself can be really like give that extra push. And also when you are not selling a physical product, so the text, and then make sure that you are really like using like elements to have the important things stand out, because those people are seeing like a whole screen full of pins, and you want to make sure that you're standing out from the crowd. But you also really want to make sure that you stay on your brand. So it's kind of like you have to find a balance of standing out and making sure to emphasize the right words, like with font size or different fonts.
Mm-hmm.
But you really want to make sure that you are keeping your brand congruent everywhere. So when people are seeing the pin and they are landing on your landing page,
Yeah.
they immediately feel at ease. They're feeling like, oh, this makes sense. I'm attracted to this, and now I'm going to purchase or sign up. Because if you have a completely different branding, there is this room for 1 second of doubt. Like, is this correct? Is this the place where I'm supposed to be? Is this the same person? Is this the same product that I wanted to buy? And you really want to make sure you eliminate any of that. So yeah, and that's really actually different from when you are doing blogging, where it's less important and it's more about creating the pretty pins. And now it's really important as well to stay on a brand. So I really don't recommend using very different colors from the brand. Even if you want to stand out, like, it's better to use font sizes or something.
Mm-hmm.
And for physical products, it's the best to have like lifestyle images or someone wearing the product is usually what is working best. And then not have too much text, because people, I'm not sure, but I feel like people want to imagine wearing it themselves. And if you are pushing a lot of messaging on them, they feel like you are trying to pursue them or something. So they just want to be like inspired and then buy it.
Yeah.
And then it works really well to have either like a very simple call to action, and if you have an incentive, put it on there, but have someone wear the dress or the use the mirror, or I don't know, whatever you are selling as a physical product.
Really great tips. Thank you. I feel like everyone's like, oh, I know what to do now. Okay. So here's a question that you said gets asked a lot. Can you do Facebook ads, Google ads, and Pinterest ads at the same time, or will they interfere?
So this is really interesting because yes, you can. And the beautiful thing is, because the Pinterest users behave so differently from normal people on social media, you will really see that you are like reaching out to those people and they are purchasing later through Facebook ads or Google ads. So it can be like a little harder to track, but tracking is a nightmare at the moment anyway with all the cookie updates. So running multiple ads channels can be like give a little bit of confusion where the sale is coming from. But what I definitely see is, especially if you're running Pinterest ads and you are getting a bunch of signups or you are getting a bunch of add to carts and not necessarily getting the sales right away, very often those people are actually purchasing through one of the other ad channels and they are starting to overlap. So you are really creating a funnel with all the different ads. And in this way, especially Pinterest is not interfering at all, because you are reaching out to those customers way before they are having the buying decision. Like most people on Pinterest don't buy within 7 days. So this is like, you have to keep in mind, like the Pinterest audience is really different. And especially because they are so different, the Pinterest ads work really well with other sales channels.
I love that. One question I just thought of, if you're running a Pinterest ad, can they save that pin to a board for later?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. They can, so then, yeah, it's going to stick around, right? Like I know a lot of people make shopping lists on Pinterest boards.
Exactly. And also, once you start running your ad, the pin just becomes organic. So that's why you want to make sure that you're setting up your pin right from the beginning, because once you start promoting it, it will still have all the keywords and the image. And once you stop promoting it, it will like move along in the whole SEO of Pinterest.
That's great. So it's all connected. A similar question is, what's the difference between Facebook ads and Pinterest ads? I know you've laid out a lot of this, but maybe just for anyone who maybe jumped ahead to this question, what's the big difference?
So the big difference is definitely the optimization time. So with Facebook ads, you can really decide if a campaign is working within 72 hours. And with Pinterest, you really need to wait for like at least 14 days before deciding to pause a campaign. So that's a very different approach.
Yeah.
You need way more patience to see sales, as well as to decide whether you can keep the campaign or not. And also in terms of optimizing. So you don't want to optimize too often, and you really want to make sure that you are not making any big changes, because then you upset the algorithm again, and then it gets into learning mode again. So Pinterest is really sensitive, and that can be really annoying because you want to make it faster, and it's really testing your patience. But at the same time, this is really what makes it very stress-free, because it isn't volatile and you're just setting it up and it's slow, but eventually it will bring in the results that you're looking for. And with Facebook, you really have to optimize every day and make sure that you're staying on top of the game, especially because you have so much competition and you never know what Facebook is going to do, like, honestly. So
yeah, okay, that's a big difference. Different approach, right? Like,
yeah, for sure.
one seems less stressful, but I'll leave that to you all who are watching to figure out which one that is. Yeah. So can you run ads and organic marketing at the same time? And do you recommend doing both at the same time?
So yes, you can definitely do it at the same time. But as we spoke about earlier, like some people are seeing a decline in their organic marketing, so their reach with their organic strategies when they're also running ads. I love running them both, especially because the organic marketing is way more about building your brand and really creating an engaged audience that is a long-term audience. So not just for the ads, but like for years to come. And because normal pins have like a lifetime of up to 5 years, like people still get traffic after 5 years from their pins. And that's why like you can't just run ads on Pinterest, for example. But once you stop running ads, there's barely anything left except from the images that you have used for the ads, of course. And then you have to start building your brand anyway, because you are now not spending money to rank high in the search results. And that's why I love doing both at the same time. But I want to make sure that they complement each other and not like work against each other and interfere.
So one question I have, like, so say for example, my account is pretty established. I've been using it for 5 years. If I was to start running ads, and you know how we talked about, does it take traffic away from your organic? Is there, because I've seen something like this being posted that if you start paying for it, Pinterest is not so interested in giving you the free traffic.
I don't know. I don't think so, because that's not what I'm seeing with my clients. And I mean, like, I see the natural ebbs and flows, of course. Like, we all know that like you shouldn't check in daily, because then you're just going crazy from other numbers.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing a decline. Like, if I'm looking at the big picture, I'm just seeing the accounts keep on growing. And especially when your account isn't super established yet, the Pinterest ads can actually really boost even your organics. And because you are growing your audience very fast. And in this way, you also find new people that are actually going to follow you and are becoming organic followers as well. So not just people who you are reaching out when you're running ads. So yeah, even if you have like a really established account, I think like running ads shouldn't be a problem. And if you are running ads and you find that you are losing out on a lot of organic traffic, you're probably interfering with your organic strategy. So maybe then you can use your ads to target a new audience instead of the people that you're already targeting with your organic ads, with your organic marketing.
That makes sense. Okay, that's comforting. Amazing. So thank you so much, Magdalena. This has been so amazing. Can you let us know how can we connect with you and what do you offer? Because I'm sure so many who are watching are like, yes, I need that course. I need to do Pinterest ads.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay. So if you are looking to get started and you just want to connect or you just want to like check out some free resources, you can just go to my website. It's PinProsper.com and then /blog, and I have like a ton of free resources there, how to set up your account, etc. And I also created like a very yeah, and I also created a checklist that you can sign up for. Yeah, there it is. And there I take you through all the steps of what you need for your Pinterest account, what you need on your website, and how you can, like, what the funnel is for Pinterest. So like, even if you didn't take notes, like, no worries, you can find it all in there. And besides this, I have a Pinterest organic course where I'm really all about boosting your sales, and that's really like heavily focused on e-commerce. And of course, I have yes, that's the boost your sales with Pinterest. And then I have the Pinterest ads course, and this one is the DIY. So there is a community there, and I'm taking you through all the steps that I'm using to create strategies for my clients. So the custom strategy, no one size fits all, but I'm learning you how to tailor it for your own business or your client's business if you're a Pinterest manager, of course. And there is like a community where I'm super active and the other people are also active, and we're just talking about Pinterest, and you can ask all your questions, and I'm in there every day for support. And I'm also, this is like, if you're ready, if you feel comfortable to do it yourself, and if you think, okay, I want more support, I'm also offering this as a group program where we will go on Zoom calls every week, and where you can also like connect with other people who are in the same boat of learning all the things. And you can also like, we will go on actual Zoom calls where we do a Q&A, and you can ask all the questions to me directly. We can look at your ads together and stuff like this. That's also on the website. And I am launching that pretty soon. So if you are interested in that, you can get on the wait list, and then I'll keep you updated so you can get an early bird access. So yeah, that's what I offer. Of course, my services, but you're probably here because you want a DIY. So
Yeah, well, it's
so
up to you,
yeah.
right? Like, I think a lot of people want to DIY till they see how much work it is and they
Yes,
want help.
I get it. Oh, I mean, like, there's so many, it is so complicated, and there's so many people saying different things, and I don't know, just I got so confused. I decided, okay, I'm just going to follow the Pinterest engineer blog and just read that like my Bible and understand what the algorithm is doing instead of following all the trends, because I'm just feeling panic every month
Yeah.
otherwise.
I love that blog. I'm a fan. I've started reading it, and yeah, it is quite helpful,
I know,
like,
right?
and yeah, I'm anybody who watches this channel, I'm not about the panicking. I'm not about the freaking out, when something changes on Pinterest. You just got to roll with it, because at the end of the day, it is a source of so much free traffic. And now it's also a source of affordable paid traffic if, that's where you want to go with it. So I let go of all that negative energy because it doesn't do anything, right? It just creates chaos.
Yes, for sure.
Love
And
it.
overwhelmed.
Thank you. Right? And who needs that? Pinterest should be fun. I think it can be fun. And even as a content creator or someone who is an advertiser, it should also still be fun. So thank you so much, Magdalena. This has been amazing. Be sure to click the links down below to visit her site, PinProsper, check out her checklist, her Pinterest course, and reach out to her if you want someone to do it all for you. She has my check mark of approval. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up And of course, to click that subscribe bell because I love being your Pinterest coach. And yeah, stick around. We've got more interviews just like this. Thank you so much, Magdalena.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. You have to come back again.
Yes.
Bye, everyone.